let's discuss about some problem. So here we are taking input array as 2, 7, 11, 15. Okay, so for this input array you have to add two numbers so that the sum should come as 9. Okay, so if you look at this array 2 and 7, it's at 0 index and it is at 1 index, right? First index. So the output should be like the output array should be like 0 and 1, right? So it should return 2 and 7 as a input. Okay, so 0 and 1 index, so 2 plus 7 we will get output as 9, right? So it should return the output as 2 and 7. Okay, so the sum should be 9. So if you see this array 2, 7, 11, 15, only 2 and 7 addition only will get 9 as output, right? So I'm taking input as 2, 7, 11, 15 input array and target as 9. Okay, so if we look at the array, 2, 7, 11, 15, okay, 2 plus 7 equal to 9. The index of 2 is 0 and the index of 7 is 1. So our program needs to return 0, 1. We can assume exactly one solution exists, okay, and we cannot use the same element twice. Okay, so the most effective way to solve this problem is like a brute force approach. Okay, we can use two nested loops to check every single possible pair of numbers. Like a brute force method is like we have to take two for loops. For int I equal to 0, I less than nums dot length I plus plus, and inner loop, another inner loop, like from the next number into j equal to I plus 1, j less than nums dot length j plus plus. So we have to write the if condition inside inner loop saying if nums of I plus nums of j equal to target, then we have to write return new int array of I comma j indexes. Okay, return empty if no pair found. Okay, like that we can return. Okay, but this works, but it is highly inefficient because we are looping through the array inside another loop. The time complexity is O of n square. If our array has a million elements, this code will run incredibly slow and we will get timeout. Okay, the space complexity is O of 1 because we are not using any extra memory, but we can do much better on time. Okay, so how do we bring the time complexity down to a O of n? Okay, here the time complexity is O of n square, right, in the brute force method. Two for loops and one if condition. Okay, so we trade a little bit of memory for a speed using a hash map. Okay, instead of looking forward to find a match, we loop through the array once and look backward at what we have already seen. For every number we calculate its complement. The complement is simply target minus current number. Okay, let's trace our example with a target of 9. We start at index 0 with the number 2. The complement we need is complement is like target minus current number, right? Target minus current number, right? So target is here 9 minus current number is 2, right? 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. So is 7 in our hash map? If no, then we have to store the 2. Okay, we have to store the 2 with its index 0 into the map. Okay, if this number, if the complement is not found in the hash map, this map, if the this is the hash map object, if the complement now 9 minus 2 is 7, right? If this 7 is now, see, first of all we are taking empty map, there is nothing in this map, okay? So after finding complement we got 7, right? So 7 is not existing in the map first time, it is empty. So at that time we have to store this, we have to store 2, okay, means nums of I, means first number, right? First number, it's a 0 index, right? So 2 with the index 0 we have to store in the map, okay? Next at index 1 we see number 7, right? So the complement we need is 9 minus 7 equal to 2. So as we already stored 2 at the first index, okay, in the hash map, the complement we need is 9 minus 7 equal to 2. It's already in the hash map, yes? Okay, so it is in the hash map already. We found our pair, so we immediately return the index stored in the map for 2, which is 0, and our current index, which is 1, okay? So we have to return this. If we found the complement in the hash map, okay, first time we stored the 2 number in the map, right? Second time, for the second time we got 9 minus 7 2, right? 9 minus 7 complement we got is 2, so 2 is already existing, right? So if map dot contains key of complement, means map dot contains key of how much, this one 2, right? 2 is already there in the hash map, right? So you have to store, we can, so we can immediately return the index stored in the map for 2, which is 0, and our current index, which is 1, okay? Map dot get of complement comma 1, okay, like this. Let's, okay, this is what the code for that, okay? This is the Java code for that, okay? So here time complexity is O of n. We only traverse the array containing n elements exactly once. Hashmap lookups and insertions take O of 1 constant time on average. Because here the space complexity is O of n. In the worst case scenario, we might have to store almost all n elements in the hashmap before finding a match, okay? So, and that is how we solve 2-sum in Java, okay? So mastering the hash map lookup strategy is going to help you solve dozens of other problems also, okay? So this is the main method. Inside the main method I'm creating the object for the class, and I'm calling this method, okay, 2-sum method, okay? So finally, so whenever now I have to get 2 and 7, right? So whenever for the second element it will return 2 and 7 as a output, right? Like that. So whenever map contains the complement, we are returning directly map dot get of complement comma I. This is the answer. Otherwise we are storing in the map. If no matches are found, then we are returning the empty array, okay? And we are creating object for the class, and we are calling the method, okay? With this object solution dot 2-sum method we are calling, and we are storing the result in the array, okay? Result, okay? So we are printing arrays dot toString of array, okay? This is the input array I am printing, okay? We have to use arrays dot toString to print the input array. After that, target we are trying to get the target as 9, right? and that number I am printing. And if the result dot length means whenever we found the match, then that length, the array length will become 2, right? So note the length is 2, that result array is length of 2, then we have to print that 2 indexes, okay, result of 0 and 1. After that, after printing the indexes, I am printing the number stored in that index, okay, nums of result, like this, okay, otherwise no pair found. Okay, hope you understand. Thank you.